Yo, yo, yo. What up, peoples? What it do, what it do? Happy Sunday, yo. We got video gaming news for February 18th, and then it'll be more Stardew Valley. Yeah, man. Hope everybody's weekend's going well. And hope you're ready for some more antics, dude. Let's go ahead and get at it, man. Let's get into this video gaming news segment and find out what's going on in the industry. Let's go. Let's pop it off, man. All right, let's find our articles, man. Is the industry necessarily slowing down? It doesn't feel like the industry is slowing down. I mean, if you look at a lot of the numbers, like what? Last year, excuse me, last year PlayStation said they're having another record-breaking year. Most companies are still more profitable, you know, last calendar year or even this fiscal year than they were the year before. But there is some weird stuff going on with all these layoffs. And, I mean, I have to go back to something I've talked about before. I feel like to an extent, some of this has to be attributed to how much there is in the industry. The industry has continued to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, meaning that most, you know, there are more companies developing games, and I mean, while yeah, there are always more people in the world, most people are attracted to similar types of games. We look for the games that have the better content. You know, not that we all play the same genres and stuff, but you know, within our respective preferences of genres, we look for the games that have the better content. So how much of this could potentially be attributed to something like there being too much, the video game waters, if you will, being too polluted with mediocre content? You know, I mean, how many of these massive companies do we see, like Ubi, where they pump out mediocre after mediocre after mediocre title, you know, and they expect to just continue to be uber profitable? That's not the way it works, man. It's not it. It's not how it. You have to. All these companies we talk about that had started at one point being something special, having that, you know, that thing about them that really attracted us to what they were offering us as video game players, whether it be myself and what you know, Blizzard used to be, you know, but I won't even play Blizzard games anymore. Or even, I mean, there's so many companies out there that at one point were something very special to a lot of people that have really kind of lost their way from what that recipe was for them. And they've just become so number minded, so business minded about it, that it's, in large part, it feels like how many games can we push out? Quantity over quality, if you will. Yeah, I mean, this is something in part what I have started seeing in the industry for a while now. And it feels like it was inevitably going to catch up to a lot of these companies to some extent. And maybe it finally has. I don't know. But, I mean, again, from watching all the layoffs last year and through even seeing even more happening this year, I don't think you can attribute it to mostly, there's going to be a little bit, but mostly it can't be attributed to higher bloat because of the pandemic, right? I mean, it just can't. There's a lot of bad business decisions, I think, that have happened in the gaming industry, as well as I think that maybe to an extent people are becoming a little bit more critical in the way they approach how they're spending money on their video games. That's another thing. We talked about this yesterday. Like with Capcom, their games are $70 AAA, and they're talking about wanting to raise them even higher. The higher prices get with games, the more people are going to have to start taking a hard look at how much that, each individual game, is it actually going to be worth that amount of money for you? It's going to be different for each respective individual. It's going to be a very subjective kind of thing on an individual level. But I think, it's going to vary greatly. And it's not going to be as easy for people to just go, oh yeah, AAA game, $70 price tag, buy it. It's going to be more like, okay, $70 game, AAA price tag. What kind of content are we talking here? What, amount of game time am I getting out of this? People are going to be a little bit more careful about the way they're spending their money on these titles and everything too. I think the industry has to prepare for this. They should anyways. That's the way at least we should be approaching this for sure. The gaming industry already is not cheap. And I don't know, man. It's a weird situation. So the reason I started talking about this is because this Financial Times article that's titled "Game Over: Industry Suffers Slowdown After Decades-Long Winning Streak." It's still very profitable. There's still companies having record-breaking years. So slowing down, I mean, I don't know. It's a weird look, man. I mean, playing off what I just talked about, how many people were in love with Rocksteady because of the Batman Arkham games? And now look at what they come out with, I'm sure a large part of that can be attributed to WB's pressure, but it is what it is. Still another company that people were in love with because of titles they made at one point that it feels bad, man, to see what they're doing now. We've kind of talked about the Lara Croft stuff. I'm going to stay away from that. We've talked about Bandai stuff as well. Canceled 5 games. They're saying that this fiscal year has not been as good as last year. Yeah. Even though they had Armored Core this year from Software, they had an incredible From Software game the year before in Elden Ring. And it's going to be really, 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 really hard to match the numbers that Elden Ring did. So, I mean, From Software developer or from any other developer, it's going to be really, really hard to match numbers of something like what From did with Elden Ring. That's a fact. So, they're trying to kind of clean house a little bit, make sure they're setting themselves up for success, trimming the fat a bit, and we'll see if we find out what those projects were. It probably won't say in here.
And I think we do have his description. Can we take that? Let's take his description. Hold on. Okay.
Yo, Soup. Quadruple A. Yeah. Mwahaha. Looks like they're claiming Banjo-Kazooie. We'll take a look at this. It looks like this might have some more info than what we got the other day on this front. First ever quadruple A game. And yeah, I think a 7 out of 10 is probably going to be, you know, the top end of most reviews for that game. That's gonna be probably a little bit high for most people for that game right now. Laughs like number 2. That's funny, dude. Who does number 2 work for? What up, Murdoch? Yeah, I mean, again, we'll pull it up. The Skull and Bones. Let's see if we got more reviews. We should have at this point. Yep, we got one more. We got user reviews now too, though. Yeah. There's a bit of a gap. Bit of a gap between the user reviews and the critic reviews. The time it has been in development, 11 years. I expected much more. It should have much more after 11 years in development. Thank you, Ubi, for making this amazing quadruple A title. Oh my god, get out of here, dude. What? This has got to be somebody. 10 out of 10, there's no way. This has got to be somebody that like works for the company. Or they are just Ubi blind. That's all there is to this. There's no way this game's a 10. There's absolutely no way. There's no way, dude. There's no flipping way. Yeah, I'm sure there's some review bombing going on here. You know, something between... I think I would put a lot more stock... Zeros aren't going to... So anytime I look at reviews... Dude, I'm not going to put really any stock in a 0. I'm not going to put any stock in 10s either. I've never played a perfect game. I don't do it. I don't look at 10s and go, this is going to be a really good game. I look at 10s and go, this person doesn't know what they're talking about. I've never played a perfect game. Anybody that throws a 10 at a game is out of their minds. There are certain games that have been close. But they're always after me, Lucky Charms. Nice, dude. That was nice, bro. So I'd be more apt to look into what this review says, this review says, this review says. I would even look at this 9. I wouldn't probably agree with it. I haven't played the game though either, so I would look at the 8, the 9. The 2 would be rough. The 0s, you know, there's going to be some review bombing here, of course. So you got to be careful with reviews, man. You got to be careful with reviews. There's going to be both sides of it, right? We talk about this a lot. You're going to get people that are review bombing, so you got to take all the zeros out. Just take this. Don't even pay attention to the zero. And then you're going to get people that are blind, if you will. They're too big of fans of a particular developer, a particular company, a particular brand, a particular whatever, you know, IP, a particular universe, you name it, characters, to where anything that comes out, they will just blindly think that anything about it is perfect, and they can't see the flaws. You know, they can't pick out the good and the bad. They can only see it as being perfect. Because it's an Avatar game. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Or, you know what I mean? It's like, Jesus Christ, dude. Get a grip, man. You know? Like, I get it. I'm happy for you. I'm psyched that they came out with a game that, like, is appealing to you and the universe that you know, you're a fan of and stuff. But you can't do that, man. You know? So there's always going to be some of that. This is probably a lot closer to what this game actually has to offer. You know, somewhere between a 6 and a 7, like Soup said. Soup, can you break it down for me? I mean, giving me yo, it's a 7 out of 10 really tells me nothing. You know, I appreciate it, but break it down for me, dude. What was good? What was bad? What did you? How many hours did you put into it? You know what I mean? Break it down for me, man. We already know about this. We talked about this. Helldivers 2 has still hit 330k peak players on Steam amid constant server issues. Right on. Good for them. Good for them. Yo, I got you, Murdoch. Yeah. Apparently Respawn has been tabbed to make a Mandalorian game. Consider me, you know, pretty disgusted. I talked about it yesterday, man. I'm gonna try not to rant about it today. I don't feel like ranting about that today. Week 2 was terrible. Oh, for real? Yo, put it in the music section of the Discord, dog. Let's get a look at this, dude. I want to know. I want to be in the know. Give me that sauce. We need that sauce. Yeah, we got this up already, apparently. We'll take a look. Amazon Prime Gaming's March 7 low is followed by another on March 14th. What is this? That's weird. Let's take a look. Let's see something real quick. Dunsky, nice dude, cool. What is this? I probably won't be able to listen to it right now or watch it right now, but dude, I think I know what this is. But yeah, I'll pull it up. I'll try to remember to pull it up in between like the news and playing games, and we'll take a peek at it, dude. But I think I do know that. Yeah, thanks, bro. Yeah, we've kind of already seen this too. Call of Duty's being sued from lawfully monopolizing leagues and their tournaments. Yeah. What you doing today, Murdoch? What you doing today, Soup? Murdoch, you playing LOL, dog? You leaguing it up? Dude, it's gonna look like a bleak day for the news. Sundays be like that sometimes, though. Nah, not right now. Word. Just chilling. Bored of playing support carry all the time? Play something else, dude. Yo, Nightingale is a game that we're gonna be playing starting on Tuesday. What time does, let's find out what time Nightingale releases. Oh, looks like this is going to tell us. We've already been in this. Wait, what? Oh, it should be out by the time. Yeah, okay, we'll pull that up. We'll pull that up. It should be out by the time we're finished with the news on Tuesday. So we'll start playing a new base building survival early access title. Try it out, man. Oh, so I was like, bro, Grifflands has been on Steam for a long time. Grifflands is supposed to be a dope game, though. I'll pull it up real quick. Yeah, it's $10 right now. Is it normally 20? Yeah, it's normally 20. This is a kind of RPG card battler roguelite game. It does look very cool. It got deck building mechanics. It's got an 84 on Metacritic, which is really, really respectable, dude. Pretty solid. So check it out if you're interested. It is. It's on my wish list. It's supposed to be a banger of a game. God dang, flipping respawn, dude. We're going to talk about this Bandai Namco stuff. See if we can find out more about the games they canceled. PS Plus subscribers now have bonus free downloads in addition to all the free games. We'll find out what those are. The DICE Awards. Dude, when did this pop off? Oh, dude. Oh, okay. Wait. Oh, dude, they happened really early this year. Yeah, so they popped off like 3 days ago. It's crazy. Because normally, you know, the past couple of years had been like February 24th and 23rd. Popped off kind of early. Almost 10 days, 9 days early, 8 days. Kind of crazy. Okay. Let's see if we can find out. Let's read this. The DICE Awards show is a celebration developers and fans deserve. Let's read this. I'm not as familiar with the DICE Awards as I am something like Golden Joystick and the flipping the game, you know, the Game Awards, which, you know, with Jeff Keighley, which is just an absolute sham now. It's so incredibly disgusting to watch and what that's turned into. Let's look at the dice. Let's get informed about the dice awards. I do like Golden Joystick Awards. Game Pass will be losing an Atlas RPG on February 29th. Let's take a look at that. Despite beating Control to set sales record, disappointing Alan Wake 2 news will make you weep for Remedy. Despite hitting big milestones, Remedy Entertainment's latest game, Alan Wake 2, is yet to make profit for the studio. The game's terrible. It was so bad. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. After playing it, I could not recommend enough people just stay away from that game. So, there were some things about it that were okay. It was visually appealing, but honestly, the writing was terrible. The narrative was atrocious. It did have some performance issues. I got soft locked out of my title my playthrough 36 hours into it. It was very, very weird. It had a lot of and Alan Wake 1 was such a good game. I don't know where they lost their way with this, but the combat didn't feel great. It was it just wasn't there, dude. It just wasn't. For me, anyways. Wow, Helldivers 2 passed Destiny 2's all-time Steam concurrent player count. Interesting. People have really been liking Helldivers 2, even with all the issues it's been having, you know? People have been enjoying this game. It's interesting. It does look good, too, I must say. It looks pretty fun. Limited time PS5 deal lets you get popular AAA games for just $4. Yo. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League fans are worried about the game's future. This is always something that, this is another one of those things where, when a game comes out and it's being touted as a game as a service, which really is just a trendy keyword nowadays for a game that is a live service game. It's got an online, mainly online component focused on multiplayer aspects and things like that, where the company's touting, we're going to continue. This is going to be a game for us for the long haul, But they're releasing these games at a AAA price tag, and then they're riddled with monetization and everything too. It's always worrisome that if it doesn't sell well retail, it'll just die. As opposed to being closer to something like a free-to-play game where they have monetization in it that is understandable and more accepted because it is a title that brings in a larger player base because it's more easily accessible for people, right? There's always the concern that these types of games are just going to die really quick because it looks like a scumfest. Looks like you're just trying to schemaz everybody, man. And now the fans are worried about the game's future because not only Where, you know, is it a weird look that it's a AAA price tag game with a bunch of monetization, but it's also pretty not good. Mediocre at best. So fans should be worried. So then you buy into this notion of this, you know, game that's going to be developed for the long haul, the developer says, and unfortunately, that's just a promise that a lot of times they won't keep for you. Yep. Yeah, we hit on this yesterday. They're saying that the new Nintendo hardware is being delayed. Being delayed until probably about 12 to 13 months from right now. You're probably going to, if you know, all of this is true, and this is what we're hearing coming out of Nintendo's collaborators. Yeah, that have been working on software for them for the new hardware, stuff like that. Nintendo's saying that we should expect this to get pushed back and have a similar release date, you know, timeline wise in the year as to what we saw the Switch have. So even though we were originally and up until a few days ago, we had been led to believe that the Switch was going to, or the next Switch hardware, the next Nintendo hardware was going to be released sometime probably fall time frame this year. It is being pushed back. This is looking like legitimate news out of Nintendo that their hardware, their new hardware, is not going to be released until after the holiday period of this year, meaning probably not until February or March of next year. So probably another year to 13 months, 12 to 13 months before we see that. Which is apparently being attributed in large part to Nintendo saying there's not, they don't feel like there's enough first-party software ready to be released with the hardware right now. I don't think it's an issue. The way it sounds anyways is that this is not an issue of the hardware not necessarily being ready, but there's just, they don't feel like there's enough software ready to be released along with it. So apparently they feel like they might need about another 6 months or so to get that pushed out. I mean, let's be fair. They've stretched the Switch out this long already. What's another 6 months, you know? New PS5 in action, Xbox action RPG getting great reviews. Oh, yeah. It is getting good reviews. This is also a company that's being blasted right now for mismanagement. I'm talking about Don't Nod. Don't Nod with their game Banisher's Ghost of New Eden. Let's pull it up. We'll talk about it. Okay.
It's time to get up off your knees.
It's time to get up off your knees. I'm gonna change that one, dude. I can't do that one right now. Oh man. Wait, what? Officially Nintendo? No, Nintendo hadn't even really officially announced that it was going to release in fall. You know how Nintendo is, dude. Nintendo's very, very, I mean, what we were actually expecting and hearing that we were supposed to be getting a Nintendo Direct to kind of announce it sometime very soon. And then all of a sudden there was a lot of, well, I mean, you know, you're not necessarily wrong, but this is also the way we have to approach Nintendo, right? You know, with anything that is, we know it's coming, but you can't, you know, Nintendo's very, very good at keeping information tight, and I respect them for it. But the closer we get to, they've needed new hardware for a long time, and you know, there's more and more information. It's not like it's just being pulled out of thin air. We've had other companies working on software for the new Nintendo hardware for quite some time. They've had insider knowledge on, you know, what potentially is happening here for quite some time. That's why we knew that it was coming, you know, later on this year originally. And now those companies are being told to be prepared for the fact that it is being delayed and everything. So that's how we know. I mean, is it official? No. But is it good information? Absolutely. Yeah. Because you know the way Nintendo does, we don't even find out Nintendo Directs until the day that we're doing the news, you know? So it's like I wouldn't even be surprised if it was like we just woke up one day and they're like, oh hey, look, new Nintendo hardware. So I don't know. I agree with this. Witcher sagas can't be afraid to stand apart from one another. Yeah, I agree. I also think that CDPR can't be afraid to sit on their games until they're fully ready to be released. Eve War for New Eden Kickstarter reveals oversized expansions, huh? Wait, is this actually... Yeah, board game stuff, that's what I thought. God, this is so gross, dude. Skull and Bones is indeed a quadruple A game. Fans are mocking the quadruple A claims from Ubi. Yeah, dude. I've got a video on YouTube about it. Mocking it. I couldn't believe it. Quadruple A? What? It's so funny to hear that, dude. How ridiculous. That's so stupid. Oh, bro, Tecmo Bowl. I still have Super Tecmo Bowl 3 on Super Nintendo, but the original Tecmo Bowl was insane. Insane, dude. You talk about like some Lawrence Taylor on defense for the Giants, I think it was. Dude, bro, you block every single kick. Flipping Bo Jackson. Insane. And Jerry Rice, catch everything. One second. Steam users can now download Classic RPG for free. Yo, speaking of free games, all right, dude. Have fun. So weirdly enough, the Epic Games Store had Dakar Desert Rally available this week from the 22nd through the 29th, and then it was showing Fallout games. It was showing Fallout 1, 2, and Tactics, you know. And then all of a sudden yesterday they ripped the Fallout games off of the upcoming free to grab games list and replaced them with Super Meat Boy Forever, which Super Meat Boy Forever is a good game, and it was just weird to see that they had all those Fallout games up and then they just took them away. So I'm still trying to like wait and see if we get information about what happened there, but do know you can get Dakar Desert Rally right now, and then Super Meat Boy Forever you can grab this coming week starting on the 22nd. Yep. But we'll find out what this classic RPG is here, if we aren't already aware of it. Yeah, Epic just stopped you from getting free Fallout games, bro. I was just talking about it. Okay, so maybe we'll figure it out, all right? Warframe's launching on Apple iOS devices? What? Dude, I could not imagine playing Warframe on like a little phone. A tablet would be better, but still interesting. I mean, here's the thing. This game has been out and has looked great, really, for... I remember when this game first came out. I played it right after it released, and it was really... It looked phenomenal even then. Still looks really good. And to know that they're going to be pushing this out on, like, Apple devices... And... it's interesting. I want to see how it plays and what it looks like and stuff.
Catch me on the flip side.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I like my hips wide. Yeah, everywhere I look, I see ballers popping the collars.
We've talked about this as well. Revealing the 125 million pound gaming flop Immortals of Avium. We've talked about it enough, dude. You know. Magic Call of Duty. Magic Call of Duty.
You better watch your back. We hustling, we hustling. You better watch your back. We hustling, we hustling.
That's interesting. Oh, we'll pull this up and just look at it real quick.
We hustling, we hustling. Catch me on the flip side. Whip you like a rip.
Catch me on the flip side.
Hustling for dollars. Never see me losing, never catch me snoozing. In my Lambo cruising. No, I don't want no excuses. Give them some bruises. No one.
Is Last Epoch actually finally getting out of early access? Bro, this game's been in early access for how long? Hold on. We'll pull this up too.
We hustling, we hustling. You better watch your back.
What did I do?
You better watch your back. We hustling, we hustling. Catch me on the flip side. Whip you like a rip tide. Yeah, I like my hips wide. Yeah, everywhere I look, popping the collars, hustling.
Yeah, roughly 5 years now. Roughly 5 years it's been in early access.
No, I don't want no excuses. Give them some bruises. No one refuses.
.85% positive. It looks like a pretty solid, you know, top-down hack and slash RPG. You know, very Path of Exile or Diablo-esque, if you will. I haven't experienced it, but it, you know, it's got those vibes to it. If you're interested, take a look. But we'll pull up that article. We've already looked at Codename Red. Nightingale shares extended gameplay preview ahead of the release. Is this, did we already see this? What is that? It didn't even bring it up. Is this the one? Did we watch this one or was it a different one we saw? I think this is the one we already watched. But we'll pull it up. Yeah. We got some news, man. We got some news. It looked like it was going to be kind of bleak this morning to begin with. Sundays can be like that, man. And then all of a sudden we started just running across a ton of articles. So that's cool. Let's dive in here. Steam users can now download classic RPG for free, baby. Steam users can download a classic and unique RPG for free, but only for a limited time. 2005 this game came out. What are we talking about? Oh, RPG Maker. Yep, that was already in our Discord. Oh. RPG Maker EX is free on Steam right now. I'll link it for you. I hate this. I need to... Wait, what?
Step it up. Step it up. Step it up. Step it up.
Did I spell it wrong? I know, I've already got it in my library here. Oh, XP. I'm an idiot. This is the one, right? Did they say EX? I thought it... Yeah, they said EX. It's actually XP. It's XP. It was a misprint by them. That's why I was looking up the wrong thing. This is it right here. Store page. It is free. You should just be able to add this to your library if you're interested. So I'll give you the link. All right. Steam. Free game. Get your free content. Easy, man. Epic just stopped you from getting free Fallout games. I noticed this yesterday. And I talked about it yesterday, but we didn't know why it happened. So let's see what's going on. From the 22nd to the 29th of February, Epic Game Store users were supposed to get 3 of the most classic Fallout titles completely free of charge. This trilogy would have included Fallout 1, 2, and Tactics, but inexplicably, the platform has removed the trio of titles and replaced them with Super Meat Boy Forever. Yep. For fans and prospective fans of the iconic isometric post-apocalyptic series, it's a crushing blow. Nobody knows why. Epic Games hasn't confirmed why the drastic change was made, but it's not something that usually happens on the platform. It's a disappointing move for the gamers who are eager to scoop up 3 of the best post-apocalyptic games ever made, as they're now faced with securing just one title, Super Meat Boy Forever. It's a fun game in its own right, but it's not 3 Fallout games, that's for sure. Recently revealed that in 2023, Epic gave away 86 games free of charge on its PC-based storefront, totaling more than $2,000 from end to end of potential, you know, what those games would cost people if they bought them outright. It's one of the most attractive aspects of the Epic Game Store on PC, and it's why the platform boasts 75 million monthly active users. One driving theory behind the decision to remove the Fallout Triple Pack, that's that the Epic Game Store already listed the trio of Wasteland-based titles just over a year ago, but nobody really knows. But that's not something really all that, rare to happen here on Epic either. You know, sometimes you'll see games get relisted roughly a year and a half later. It gives people an opportunity to maybe grab games that they missed at some point. It happens. But that doesn't give us a definitive idea of why it happened. We'll have to try to pay attention. Warframe launching on iOS devices. Nearly 11 years after its original debut. Popular online action game Warframe is set to expand its reach by launching on Apple iOS devices. This announcement marks a significant expansion for the game, which has been previously available only on home consoles and PC platforms. Let's watch this real quick. Yo, here's some ray tracing, dude. His Apple tracing. That was actually showing the game being played on an Apple device. We don't really know, so hinder expectations there maybe. But since it came out in 2013, yeah, Warframe has built a strong and devoted community. Dude, Digital Extremes did a bang up job with this game. It's been out for over a decade now. We jumped back into it last year for the first time for me since like 2014, and it was a great experience. The game feels really good. It's fun. It's got a great community behind it still. The economy's fantastic. You can grind just about anything that you need in the game that you can also buy with. So I would say there's pay to progress in the game, but it's a free-to-play game. And so I think the way that they've set this game up, monetization-wise, feels really good. They've set it up in a way where the economy's great. You can grind things in the game if you're willing to devote the time. Otherwise, you can buy stuff. You know, you can pay to progress, if you will. And so it's I think Digital Extremes has done a great job. I'm really excited for their next title coming out, which is called Soulframe. And I would love to see them continue to do well, because it seems like, you know, they're creating quality content. And for 10 years now, they've done a great job behind what I have quite often used as one of the best examples, in my opinion, of a free-to-play game in the industry over the past decade. So if you want to read the story, you can read that, what the gameplay's about. There's going to be some launch week rewards and initiatives if you're interested for playing on iOS and stuff. So you can take a look at that. But that's really interesting. I didn't even know it was coming to Apple devices. So it's pretty interesting right there. Alrighty. '11th Hour Games releases technical trailer for The Last Epoch ahead of this week's launch. Let's take a look at this. Kill the music again.
Etera is dying, traveler. The void consumes our world and drags us deeper into madness.
Somebody who fell in love.
We're all out of time.
Diablo 1 and 2.
I don't question your resolve.
As a youngster, and then, you know, hated Diablo 3.
Nor your vocation.
Turned to Path of Exile. You know, I've loved these kinds of games.
You've shown us strength
and courage.
Dawn's a really good one. You know, it doesn't have a huge online component or anything, but it's still a pretty solid
Deadly precision.
Top-down ARPG hack and slash looter, you know.
And unfathomed power.
Like the deep RPG aspects of, you know, character building.
But even you must now see, Eterra's end is upon us. You have to go back.
We're going, back. So again, we looked at this game's been in early access since 2019. It's finally fallen.
Eterra's past holds many secrets. Find them. Use them. Break them. Find a way to save our world before we're all out of time.
Ooh. Hour Games action RPG Last Epoch set to leave early access this week, and the team has dropped a new technical trailer showcasing the game's various classes and subclasses, systems, and impressive visual improvements. Some of the highlighted features of Last Epoch include over 120 customizable skills, 20 passive trees, 4-player co-op multiplayer, a deep crafting system, and an interesting system called Item Factions. Item Factions allow players to align with either the Merchants Guild or Circle of Fortune during their adventures, and building reputation with either faction will determine the way characters obtain and exchange items in the endgame. Speaking of in-game, Last Epoch's tech trailer laid out some of the game's launch in-game activities, including Monolith of Fate, Dungeons, of course, and Endless Arena. Monolith of Fate is Last Epoch's version of a mapping system with targetable rewards, bosses, difficulty scaling, and a variety of modifiers. Mapping system is probably referring to what has been made very popular by Path of Exile and their mapping system. Pre-ordering a copy of the game will unlock the exclusive Golden Guppy, a cosmetic pet. There's also 2 premium editions of the game, including the Deluxe Edition and Ultimate Edition, which offer a bounty of Epoch points and cosmetic rewards. It will arrive on PC this Wednesday, February 21st. Cool, man. If you need more out of that, I'll link it. Now, onto the game that we're going to start playing very soon, Nightingale. Nightingale shares extended gameplay preview ahead of February 20th release. A handful of days from its early access launch, Nightingale has shared an official extended video detailing the core gameplay mechanics. Multiplayer Gaslight Fantasy survival game is slated for a February 20th release, 2 days earlier than originally planned. The game's core quirk is its realm card system, which invokes procedurally generated maps known as realms with unique perks and styles. There are 3 cards as part of the system: biome cards determining the style of setting, major cards defining the core gameplay prioritized such as hunt, herbarium, and gloom, and minor cards that insert or alter details such as rewards, resources, weather, gravity, and more. I do have the video up. We'll watch it. Some realms even spawn NPCs that offer missions and rewards. The examples given in this video are Nellie Bly, a famous American journalist, and the fictional Victor Frankenstein. But first, if you're able to get out of the immense character creation screen, you start by learning the game's fundamental survival systems. The trailer explains while the bread and butter survival crafting systems are there, more advanced crafting systems are possible. This is especially in regards to materials, which can not only improve item quality, but change stats, presenting a fully customizable play style. This, of course, affects the combat, which is far from neglected in Nightingale. The game touts a quick swap item style for flexibility, and the item variance means players can adapt to any style they can build for. Players are also encouraged to build estates to their gameplay style. It'll likely start with a basic survival game style shelter as most survival base building games do, but there are plenty of options for expansion in both aesthetic and function. Estates can turn into workshops, gardens, and fortresses, and a variety of architectural styles can be invoked. Multiplayer is also heavily emphasized, with parties of up to 6 players. Who's coming with me, man? Yo, Davey, what's up? How you doing, buddy? Who's coming with me? Enabled to hunt, travel realms, and build estates together. Once players reach the end game, they can access the Haven, a wider social hub for a higher number of players, with party, congregation, and formation missions and higher difficulty dungeons. Nice. Inflection Games Nightingale is on the verge of its major early access release next week on February 20th. So again, Tuesday, right? So we've got today and tomorrow. We're going to keep playing Stardew, and then we'll be playing Nightingale. If our editor-in-chief's hands-on experience with the game, including many of our features above, tell us anything, it's looking pretty promising. Developers are already hard at work making sure it's in top shape after many player testing opportunities. Yeah, I'm interested in what this. So we're gonna watch this trailer. One of the things I've noticed is there's a lot that looks promising here. The notion of this for a long time has seemed very interesting, and it looks like it's going to be like a $30 US price point for early access, which isn't terrible, right? To get in early, try the game out, help out the devs potentially with continuing to support and develop this game. Giving us an opportunity to potentially play some multiplayer together if anybody else is interested in playing. As the thing that concerns me is right now I've seen some of the video of this, and it feels like what I've seen as far as combat's concerned, it looks like there's no feedback at all whenever you're getting attacked. It doesn't, there's no gumption to it. It's just like whenever enemies are attacking you, it just looks like they're just like phasing straight through you and stuff, which is going to be a bit weird. You want to have some kind of like, feedback to let you know that you're taking on enemies, you're getting hit, you're taking damage. You know what I mean? And so that was one of the things that was a bit concerning for me. But let's watch this and pay attention and see what we think, okay? Extended gameplay.
Welcome to Nightingale, an open-world survival crafting game set in the magical Fey realms.
We're playing this game soon.
After Earth is struck by catastrophic events, you find yourself lost in a world of enchantment and wonder, armed only with your wits. Your goal is to become a skilled realm walker, and through determination and tenacity, forge a life across the arcane and deadly realms. Starting with character creation, you'll be able to customize your realm walker to your liking, while also choosing the difficulty of your early gameplay experience.
We made it. I bid you welcome to the Feywilds.
Stepping into the realms, you'll find them rich with resources and discoveries. But knowing what to gather and how to utilize it is key. The need for safety and security will become paramount. A basic shelter is just the beginning. A refuge from the elements in which to rest, cook, and find moments of peace from the dangers of the Feywilds. While your first buildings will be driven by safety and utility, over time you'll build and expand cozy estates, gardens, and fortresses. You can choose from several structural designs, including Tudor, pagoda, stave, and more. Design your space to reflect your journey, from a rugged outpost to an industrious workshop to a luxurious manor. As you progress, your strategies and designs will transform your humble abode into a place of respite and a workshop that will become the heart of your journey.
Old school, dude, my mom has sewing
Crafting in
like
Nightingale
this.
goes beyond basic
My
survival
mom
gear,
is
enabling you to
seamstress.
create
She's
specialized
got, like,
items and equipment
super modern
tailored
stuff,
to your
but she
playstyle and
collects some of the
activities.
old ones, too.
The parametric crafting
got some
system
of the
means that the
old
choice
style
of
sewing
materials
machines.
is crucial. Rarer resources not only enhance the overall gear score,
really good.
but each material itself also imparts specific stats that are tailored to your needs. For example, utilizing harpy meat, leather, and bones in your food, gear, and weapons bestows extra speed and stealth bonuses. This is beneficial for those who specialize in stealth attacks, or need an agility boost while navigating the realms. Upon crafting each piece of gear or weapon, you have several options to add enchantments, infusions, and charms. Enchantments can imbue your weapons with extraordinary spellcasting powers, such as the ability to execute area of effect attacks with ground slams, or even regrow forests.
It might just be
Charms and infusions, meanwhile, offer more passive benefits. When sewn into your gear, they enhance various aspects of your abilities, like boosting your efficiency in harvesting. As your gear score increases, you gain the capacity to face deadlier adversaries, unlocking access to even rarer rewards and resources. Adaptability is key in Nightingale's combat. Quickly switching gear lets you effectively respond to diverse scenarios. Glide into a danger zone with your umbrella, then seamlessly transition to a two-handed weapon for powerful strikes. Block and shove to create opportunities for counterattacks.
I love seeing
when distance is needed, a swift switch to a pistol allows for a quick retreat, enabling longer range damage. As you enchant your weapons with freshly acquired spells, you'll discover new ways to control the encounters you face. Flaming weapons to inflict a substantial damage bonus. Bramble walls for defense against hordes of enemies. And of course, healing. If you're feeling overrun, take to the skies for a chance to regroup. At the heart of Nightingale's open world experience are realm cards. The keys to the Fey realms. Whether you're fully equipped and in search of rare resources beyond your starting realm, or you're ready to pursue a realm-spanning quest, it's time to delve into new worlds using realm cards you've discovered or crafted.
I'm getting hyped
With three types of cards, biome, major, and minor, you can tailor realms to your liking. Biome cards, such as forest, desert, and swamp, set your realm's environment. Paired with one of the major cards, such as herbarium, gloom, or hunt, to define the realm's theme,
I hope
creatures,
they've got a
encounters,
fairly
and
good
merchants.
amount of content to begin
Minor
with
cards
here for early
provide
access,
additional
as far as these
customization,
realms go and
enabling
everything.
you to influence various aspects of the game. These include enhancing player stats, such as increasing strength and carrying capacity, improving item rewards like the loot found in chests, altering weather and skies, boosting resource yields and garden growth speeds, and even manipulating gravity. Use them at realmic transmuters to magically alter the realm you are in. The combination of all three together creates endless variations. As an example, the Hunt Swamp card combination offers a greater challenge as creatures become more aggressive and territorial. This is also one of the few places where you will encounter the formidable Humberbar.
I think the
By
thing that
using the
I'm worried
anomaly
about,
minor
see
card
how
while in the
the
Hunt Swamp,
I would rather see the
you will be
tongue, like,
granted
hit you and,
unparalleled
knock you
movement,
back or
allowing
knock
you to
down,
leap
like, have some
effortlessly
kind of
across the
impact
realm
on
and
the
offering a
actual
new way
physics
to
of
approach
being
taken on
hit by the-
Humberbar
like
from above.
earlier also,
In some
the
realm
new quadruple A
combinations,
Mary Poppins
you'll discover
game. Yeah.
characters such as
Yeah,
Victor
dude.
Frankenstein and Nellie Bly,
Yo,
who not only
fight
add
me,
narrative
but
layers,
I'm willing
but
to
also
like,
guide you on
bet
critical
that this game
missions.
is going to be way better than
All realm
Skull and
cards
Bones,
can be
dude.
obtained in-game, either crafted by players or found during their
You know what I
explorations.
Get
Throughout
wrecked, Ubi.
early access, we will continuously add more varieties of each card type, ensuring an ever-expanding universe of possibilities and discoveries. In the vastness of Nightingale, getting a helping hand can be incredibly important. Whether you're playing solo or with friends, everyone can recruit a
Dude,
helper,
I'm gonna
a
be
sidekick who will
flying
fight
everywhere.
alongside you,
Yo.
revive you when you fall in
I'm
battle,
gonna have the sickest
harvest
of umbrellas.
resources, and assist in building
I'm
your
gonna
estate.
bedazzle the
As you
crap
level
out
up
of
your
that
gear,
thing.
make sure you're doing the same for your helper. The more
You know?
powerful they are, the more effective they will be. And for those that want to play with others, form parties of up to 6 players to journey together into the unknown, trade resources with other realm walkers, or collaborate to build massive communal estates.
Heck yeah, communal estates, dude.
Once
Let's
you
go.
reach the late game, you'll reach the Watch, a distant haven and Nightingale's social hub. Here, players can meet, plan adventures, Pick up
Dance
quests
together,
or jump into
drink
challenging
weed.
dungeons designed for group play. As February 20th approaches, the world of Nightingale awaits you. Shape your journey and take your place in a world brimming with magic and mystery. Join us in the Fey Realms and become the Realm Walker you are destined to be.
Don't tempt me with a good time.
Save yourself.
Mary
Survive the
Poppins,
realms.
that's right, Sight. Yo,
And
I'm starting to
rebuild
play
all
this on
that has been
Tuesday.
lost.
If you want to play together, let's be Mary Poppins together, Sight. Me and you, baby. We'll bedazzle our flipping umbrellas together. It's gonna be great, dude. You're gonna love it. Yeah, we've already watched this, but I figured why not watch it again since we had an article talking about it and stuff. You know, I am excited about it. The game actually looks pretty dope. I hope it's bringing as much as it's touting to the table for us content wise. You know. No, Davey, you're fine, dude. Did you grab me some too? Otherwise, unacceptable.
Unacceptable!
But if you got me some too, then that's fine. Oh, dude, Syke is here. Syke's ready to roll, dude. He's flipping bonking people, man. Yeah, so again, this Nightingale is a game that I am going to start playing on Tuesday. It literally comes out that morning. It'll be available in the middle of our news segment. It becomes available. So I'll probably start downloading it during our news segment. That way, hopefully it'll be ready to go. Hopefully it'll be a seamless release. We'll be able to get in there and play as soon as it releases and everything after the news segment on Tuesday, and we'll have a good time, dude. So I'll pull it up. Nightingale. It looks like it's releasing. We already pulled it up at like a $30 price point for early access. Bowl of honeycomb. Dude, I haven't had honeycomb in forever. Nice. Nice. I'll take the coffee, dude. Banana's good too. That'll work. You know, I love bananas. Dude, Sykes like. Oh, yeah, just the banana then, dude. I'll stick to my own coffee. Yeah, bro. So if you're interested, I mean, it is going to be early access. So again, just like, we recently played Power World, I think that people have to understand this is going to be an early access game. Getting in at this point, Inflection Games is a developer and publisher. I don't know much about this. Let's look at Inflection Games. What else do they have? This is it. I'm guessing this is an indie dev. We maybe let's pull this up. Oh, they're Canadian, dude. Inflection's Canadian. Nice. I've never heard of them before, so yeah, they're showcasing the game right there about players first, fellowship, belonging, nice. Small team doing great things. Let's find out a little bit more about Inflection Games here if you're interested. Here, take a look at this. Indie game developer Inflection. It does look like they're indie. It seems like they are from their own website, and other sites are calling them an indie developer. So very cool, man. Very cool. Yeah. So wait. I'm gonna go ahead and leave that up. Actually, let's grab that. Put this here. Yeah, and we'll move this down here behind the that way, that'll be in our links of our news segment and everything as well. Yeah. So again, I'm interested. I think anybody that's going to play, just keep in mind it's an early access game. It's not full released. There's bound to be maybe some rough edges, but it does look like a pretty unique title. It looks like it could be fun. I'm really interested. Otherwise, I wouldn't be playing it. I love supporting indie developers, and hopefully it'll be a fun experience, man, that maybe myself and some of our other community members might be able to get into and have a good time with, So I'm going to be playing it. Probably, let's pull this up. I'll show you real quick. Now, part of this hinges on how much I'm enjoying it, but you can see right here, Nightingale is going to start on Tuesday, and I'm planning on playing it all the way up until Unicorn Overlord drops. So basically through the first week of March. And then second week of March, Unicorn Overlord drops. I'm going to play Unicorn Overlord probably until Dragon's Dogma 2 drops. That doesn't mean we might not get some more Nightingale in on the weekends and stuff after we do a big, nice, long 2.5, 3 week beginning playthrough of it. If we're enjoying it enough, there are people playing it, who knows? But we'll see, because we'll still have Stardew going on and stuff like that. But we'll see what happens. I am very excited about playing it, though. I can't wait for Tuesday, for sure. All right. Keep going. That music popping. Let me see what Davey's saying here. Final Fantasy 14 on the laptop. Pretty easy to get addicted to, depending on how you take it. Yeah. Where was here? So, bro, why is that not in there? Final Fantasy 15 is one that I started playing. I only got about 46 hours into it, and then I totally just got too busy with life, dude, and dropped it. Forgot what I was doing, forgot where I was. And I didn't ever get to finish that one, dude. So I want to finish 15 at some point. I'd like to just start fresh, start over, and get the entire experience there, But I never did play 14. 14 is one we've talked about as well. That game's really iconic because, the whole... It started off terrible, if you don't know that, It started off terrible. It was a game that, nobody liked. And then they brought in an entirely, new director for the game, new team to kind of head it up. They broke the game down, rebuilt it and everything, and it's one of those kind of very, very seldom will you see a game have that happen, where a game's already released, it doesn't do very well, it gets completely redone, and it becomes as successful as something like Final Fantasy 14. Part of the reason I feel like you have to attribute some of what they were able to do with getting people to come back and try it again is because it said Final Fantasy on the title, right? Because it was Final Fantasy universe. People were willing to give it another shot. That's always going to be something that plays well with people. If it's a universe that people love, they're going to be more willing to accept giving a second chance, a second look, but it's one of the more notable games that has had a successful turnaround after an abysmal start, but a lot of people love that game. I think that really in the world of MMOs, that and World of Warcraft are way up there at the top of the list. Obviously WoW, right? But Final Fantasy 14's way up there, man. My mouth tastes bad. Yeah. What? Where are you coming up with this crap? You know where you're at right now? Game Pass losing Atlas RPG on February 29th. What are they talking about here? Soul Hackers 2 leaving Game Pass on February 29th, giving players time to enjoy it before it's gone. Galactic Civilizations 3 and Opus Echo of Star Song were removed earlier in the month. Soul Hackers 2 may be a disappointment, but new games will be joining soon. Don't you worry, Game Pass fans. So that's what you need to know there. Limited time PS5 deal gets you popular AAA game for just $4. Sorry, it's not a quadruple A game, you know, but you probably need to go see Ubisoft for those titles. What are we talking about here? Metro Exodus is $4.50. A lot of Metro sales going on right now. I brought this up. If you want Metro sales on PC right now, look at Fanatical. Fanatical has a lot of the Metro games, or if not all of them, knock it off, on big sales right now. So, same thing. You can see Metro Exodus, $4.50. Metro 2033 Redux. They got the Redux bundle for, $3. Yeah, there's and this is only going on for 10 more hours, by the way. So if you want some good Metro or the Metro games at a really good price point on PC, go look at Fanatical, man. Fanatical on Steam. Even do they do Epic? I think they do Epic as well, but you might only be able to get the Metro games on Steam. But really good price points. Add an RPG Maker. Free content. That's what I'm talking about, buddy. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League fans are worried about the game's future. They should be. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is sitting at a 60 on Metacritic. I mean, I told you. Everybody that's out there and is a consumer of video games, I hate to say it, I wish the game would have been good for everybody that wanted this game to be good, but I told you so. I mean, it was obvious this game was not going to be what people wanted it to be. It was blatantly obvious, really. You know, it sucks. It sucks that this is the world we live in, but it's, it's just become so easy to tell quite often. I'm not always right, but usually I am about this kind of stuff. And I said, don't buy early access because you're a final beta tester. What happened? $30 more for the deluxe edition for 3 days of early access, and people couldn't even play the game because the servers were balls. And then I told people this game is not going to be very good. It'll be mediocre at best. Most people have found this game to be very, very subpar. It's a terrible look. It sucks. I hate it. I hate it for fans of Rocksteady. There's so many people that fell in love with Rocksteady at one point because of the Batman Arkham games, but it was obvious what was happening here. You know, how much of this can be attributed to WB's pressure on Rocksteady to do a game like this, I don't know. But whatever the case may be, it's not the same Rocksteady that they used to be, right? It just isn't. And so I think that this shows us what Rocksteady is ready to bring to the table to us in modern gaming, and it's an unfortunate look. It sucks. But it is sitting at a 60 on Metacritic, and its 24-hour player count peak on Steam was at only 2,300. We don't have every available metric for the game, but the ones we do have reveal a bad start for the new DC game from Rocksteady Studios. Over time, its fortunes could change, but that's a long road away, and right now fans of the game are worried about its future. On the game's Reddit page this week, there have been a metric ton of posts doomsaying the game, primarily citing its very low player count on Steam. There have been so many of these posts that there are now many posts complaining about the number of posts doing this. That said, while some fans are just trying to avoid the doom and gloom and simply enjoy the game, others have... I don't know why have is in there. Others are of the mind the game's make or break point is coming up soon. Yep. Quote, can we all agree that Season 1 is a make or break moment for this game? Reads one of many Reddit posts talking about the future of the game. I really like this game, but Rocksteady needs a miracle if they want to turn this ship around. I hope they're listening and aware of all the flaws of this game. If Season 1 doesn't impress, that will be it for the majority of people, sadly. What do the comments say? Well, they are a bit divided. The top comment largely echoes the sentiment, and it comes from someone who supposedly with over 100 hours in the game, which is a lot considering it is not very long. Even as someone who's had no issues with the game and put in 125 hours so far, Season 1 is just more of the same missions, but in a different Elseworld. I'm probably done with the grind, reads the comment. It's definitely a make or break thing for a lot of us. This sentiment is common in the comments and in other posts, but there are others who think it's too early to panic. Meanwhile, there are also some who have already accepted the perceived fate of the game and made peace with it. There's nothing to make, the game is dead, reads another comment. People completely rejected it and they're not going to suddenly pick it up because of new content. The only possible chance to save it at this point is making it free to play, and they won't. I'm going to talk about some stuff here. A first impression is a big deal, right? A first impression is a big deal about a game. You know, you have to at least be able to see something decent at the core of a title to prompt you to stay there and still want to remain a part of it in some capacity, right? You can see with their player base count, their concurrent player at 2,300, it is done. This game is looking completely killed already. And this is what I was talking about earlier when we found this article. The thing that is brutal, let me read the rest of this. The only time will tell what the future of the new Suicide Squad game is, but right now it seems more fans are talking about the game's seemingly imminent demise than they are the actual game, which is never a good place for a game to be. Yeah. Again, on top of the first impression, it means a lot, right? It doesn't mean a game can't make a comeback. We were just talking about Final Fantasy XIV and how that is, you know, but it's a rarity. It doesn't happen very often. And it's not looking good, right? The brutal thing that I've talked about before this game released, and I've talked about since, and I'm going to talk about it again right now, obviously, is this game is a game that was monetized heavily. And you know, if you were really concerned, you know, they were touting this game as a game as a service, which is really a trendy keyword for just a game that is being built mostly, if not totally, on the premise of being a, you know, live service game, right? For multiplayer functionality and getting people to co-op or PvP and play together and things like that. So this game obviously being something where they're trying to get people to get in and play together, co-op, loot and shoot, things like that. If a game is totally built on that premise and the game's not good enough to sustain a respectable player count, it dies, right? So the thing that's rough about when these companies start touting these games as a service, yeah, where they're still trying to sell them at a AAA price point for, like this one, $100 for the deluxe edition, just so you can be a 3-day early access final beta tester, right? That's really what you are. You're a final beta tester. And they're gatekeeping, you know, they're really bottlenecking the amount of players they can get in to try this content. They're trying to sell a game at a AAA price tag that's also riddled with monetization, battle passes and cosmetics and you name it, right? So rather than, you know, being actually worried about how many people they have being able to try this game and sustain a player count at even maybe a lower price tag, you don't know, maybe not even free, but a lower price tag, they're not really concerned. There were a lot of identifiers here, guys. They weren't really concerned with how many people they could get in to be a part of this game for the long haul. They wanted to tout it as a long haul game. They wanted to tell everybody this was a game as a service that they really cared about sustaining, right? If they really cared about that, they wouldn't have, set such a high barrier for how many people were going to be able to get in and be a part of this experience. With it being such a highly monetized piece of software, so much monetization in it, And so when you look at it from that point of view, it's quite obvious that they didn't expect to really have a huge player count to be working on this and sustaining for the long haul anyways. It's unfortunate, that this is the way this gets played, but there's a reason why they weren't giving out review copies of this game before it released to review sites and stuff. They knew it was trash. They knew that review sites were going to call out a lot of the issues this game had, and it was going to prevent people from buying it. There was a lot of stuff going on with this game that, should have been huge flashing neon red lights to say, don't buy into this. And I feel bad for everybody that did. This is a tried and true thing that these companies do. WB is terrible about it. They get people to buy into these universes. They have so many great, licenses under their belt that they can utilize to, bait people into buying these games that are really just subpar. Not that they haven't had some bangers too, and they're not the only ones. A lot of these companies do this, but it feels terrible for the people that bought into this expecting something for the long haul. But it was pretty clear to me this was not what the case was going to be. And for everybody that was hoping it would be, it's not looking very good. And I feel sorry for you, man. You would hope so, Syke. The thing that's curious about that notion, dude, is we still see so many games do so well that are totally trash, So I don't know. It's hard to narrow it down. I would hope so. I think that you're right in large part. I think you're right in large part. It's hard to narrow it down for sure. Because we don't have the definitive numbers and stuff like that, but which is why I just continue to try to educate and prompt people to be very careful about the way we spend our money in the industry, right? Because if it's going to change, we're the only ones that can change it, right? To try to make it better. So this is just a broken record, right? This Suicide Squad issue, it's broken record. It's the same thing we've seen happen time and time again. And I've gotten fairly good at being able to pick these things out, dude. Tell people where these bad games are, to not, to try and help people avoid the buyer's remorse and save them a little bit of heartache and stuff. But, that's the best I can do. I'll keep doing it, but it still feels bad to me to see companies do this to us. It always will feel bad to me. So what's Davey got? One game on my wish list. Check out Sons of Valhalla. Sons of Valhalla. That sounds familiar. Brother just told me about a free game on PlayStation called Hawked. Sons of Valhalla and Hawked. What is let's see this. Action roguelike, hack and slash. I like the art style. See what this is.
What's your name? My name is Rhea.
It is your destiny to save her. I believe you can achieve great things, and possibly even save worlds, those of men, and those of the gods.
By the gods, Thorold Olafsson, our paths cross once again. So tell me, what brings you to beautiful England?
Where is Rhea? Who paid you for the kidnapping? Speak!
I came
We'll judge you for this. The fortress is well guarded, and you will never make it there. Attack!
You should have left England while you could. Now your death is certain.
Huh. Fast-scrolling combat, base building strategy, and a beautiful pixel art Viking Age world. Play as Thorvald Olafsson, a warrior hellbent on tracking down the Jarl who burned down his home, stole his beloved, and fled to distant England. You cannot achieve victory in these unfamiliar lands alone. However, for that, you will need a warband and a fortress from which you can launch your search efforts and conquest. Build and strengthen your stronghold to generate resources while potentially personally leading your warriors in combat to take on your enemies and lay siege to the settlements. Strategic base building, intense tactical combat, cost of siege warfare, handcrafted Viking Age world. Yeah, it looks pretty sick, dude. I like the art style. I like the pixel stuff, dude. Yeah, that looks pretty sick, man. Thanks. Yeah, interesting. And, dude, Viking Blasphemous? No. The pixel art style is similar, right? Yeah, it's not as gothic as Blasphemous, but that pixel art style you will give you those vibes, yeah. Can't go wrong with Vikings. yeah, something like that, dude. You would hope not. Wait, then we're not playing this, dude. Hold on. Hawked, is this the one you're talking about, dude? Yeah. 52% positive of on reviews. Came out February 15th. Extraction shooter PvE. Oh, Jesus. Yeah. Oh, we had seen a trailer for this a while back. Actually, yeah. If you play it, let me know. Yeah. If you play it, let me know. Wait, what are you talking about, Soup? I just want to tell you how I'm feeling, okay? How are you feeling, Soup? Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down. Baited. Let's get Rickrolled. Let's got Soup rolled. Alright. Let's keep going. Yeah. I don't know, man. That was a yo, thanks Davey, I appreciate it. New PS5 and Xbox action RPG is getting great reviews. What are we talking about here? Okay. Look, man, this is all. I'm just gonna read these bullet notes real quick, and I'm gonna tell you guys something. Fans are loving Banishers, Ghosts of New Eden for its gripping narrative and engaging gameplay, with Don't Nod's newest RPG seeing praise. The RPG following Ghost Hunters Ante Duarte and Red Mac Wraith was originally slated to release in November of last year, then delayed to February of this year to avoid the packed holiday release season. Don't Nod's next major project, Lost Records Bloom and Rage, is set to continue their narrative-driven adventure style with an expected late 2024 release. Yeah, I was actually really strongly considering playing this game until I found something out. So Banishers is doing very well, and people are seeming to enjoy this game quite a bit. But unfortunately, I don't want to promote this game right now, and I don't want to support this developer right now because of what I found out. So what I'm going to do is just give you a quick kind of summary, and I'm going to link something for you here. If you haven't heard me talk about this already, come on, man, don't do this. There you go. There it is. So, the developer behind the game, Don't Nod, is apparently under allegations of significant mismanagement regarding their employees right now. And this all came about right around the release of this game. So it's always a tough thing to determine about how, because obviously the people that work there and have created this game and everything, they deserve to be supported. You want to support the employees, but you don't want to support a company that's treating their employees poorly, right? So it's a tough thing to navigate and try and figure out and determine. And I'm kind of holding off until I get some more information about what exactly is potentially happening under this in this scenario, in this situation, under Don't Nod and with the employees and stuff. But I highly recommend people take a look at that link that I just put in chat. It's a video on our YouTube page that is referencing Don't Nod and the allegations of mismanagement and all that stuff. So pro-slave labor community? No. I know it might seem that way because, like, my kids make me breakfast sometimes, and maybe because, like, some of the games we play, we'll do evil playthroughs, but no. Not in the real world. Self-snitching, bro. Look, to be very clear, my son loves to cook, and he loves to bake. And he's a very, very caring kid. So I know Syke knows this, but for anybody that doesn't, that's what Syke's talking about. My son is you know, both my kids are amazing. My son loves to cook. He cooked me, he cooked his grandparents. We had an event going on yesterday. My daughter had an event going on, and we had family here. Dude, he cooked everybody lunch. No, I know. And so you know, he's a very, very kind soul. He likes to make people happy, and you know, one of the ways he enjoys doing that is through providing food. You know, he likes to cook and bake and stuff, dude, which is really, it's cute, it's sweet, and you know, it's really neat. He did it for all of us yesterday, man. It's really cool. It was good. I mean, it's ongoing. It's ongoing. We've got another to attend today. It's later in the afternoon. There were 2 showings yesterday. There's another showing today. There's you know, next weekend is actually the final showings of it and everything. So what's up, Ferret? What's up, True? So yo, pet the mods, dude. Let me see what I got. So yesterday's went really well. She was tired because there were 2 showings yesterday. But dude, so far it's my favorite. It's my favorite one they've done so far. It's a musical, and it's very it's very elaborate. It's high production quality. This one's actually insane. The amount of props and everything they have, very good. A lot of makeup, and the costumes were fantastic. And you know, I think I was just like ear to ear all day long watching it. You know, it was very, very cool. Yeah, I had a great time, and my daughter did great. She was fantastic. You know, you can just tell she really enjoys doing it. You know, so it was very neat. Yeah, and she was just super tired. So you know, we ended up having family in town to attend, and then we were doing a bit of a belated birthday celebration for one of our other family members. Not immediate here for my family, but one of our other family members, because we had a lot of family that was together, and so it, you know, the night went a little bit late, and she had 2 performances yesterday. My daughter did, so she was pretty tired, and it was just kind of a long day, you know. But you know, I don't know. It was, so she's got another performance today, and then she's got more next weekend, and so we attend almost all of them. You know, we just watch over and over. It's cool. This one's good though. Yeah. Thanks, Ferret. Thanks. Yeah, thanks, True. Appreciate it. Can't say long. Wanted to pop in and at least say hi. Back around noon. Okay. Yeah, I probably won't go a whole lot past that today. Again, because she's got another performance today. So, but we'll see how long we get to. So the heck is with the noobs and the CST CDT? What do you mean? Are you I think you're the noob because you don't understand. No, 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 no. No, we run off of my time, sir. This is my time. Leaving us. Yeah. All right. So again, be very careful here. I think this game is probably, it looks like the content's good. It's performing very well, but you know, we've got to be hyper aware of the kinds of companies that we're supporting that are behind these titles as well. And Don't Nod right now is under a microscope because of some mismanagement. Be very careful here. Nice sight. Nice. Moving on. Happy Sunday, everybody. If you haven't heard me tell you happy Sunday yet, we got some more people popped up in here. PS Plus subscribers now have bonus free downloads in addition to all the free games. What are we talking here? First of these two bonus freebies involves Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 and Warzone. More specifically, PS Plus subscribers can now claim the latest Combat Pack, Combat Pack 2 Decomposition. This includes the following operator skin for lockpick, 2x weapon blueprints, charm, sticker, calling card, and emblem. This is at least how it's listed on the PlayStation Store. The second freebie involves Fall Guys. More specifically, PS Plus subscribers can now claim the Fall Guys icon pack for free. This includes Alloy and Ratchet and Clank costumes. Whole package comes with everything you can read here. A bunch of faceplates, nicknames, patterns, costumes, all that kind of stuff. You can see them right here. If you need more, I'll link it. Dupe always chooses violence. He's always choosing violence. He only cares about AAA games that are pieces of crap, you know. And in-game characters that, you know, look like they're 12 years old. So, moving on. I'll have to move that after we read it. The DICE Awards show is the celebration developers and fans deserve. Baldur's Gate 3 and Spider-Man 2 cleaned up at the 27th annual DICE Awards while developers got their moment to shine. Yeah, like, so we missed this, and I'm sorry. It happened on the 15th this year. It happened like 3 days ago. And, you know, the previous couple of years, it didn't happen until like towards the end of the month. So, sorry, but we'll read this here. Baldur's Gate 3 developers won Game of the Year, Larian Studios, right? Again, during the 27th annual DICE Awards, but in stark contrast to their 2023 Game Awards, when this time they actually got to speak. We don't have shareholders, but we also don't think about them, said Larian Studios head of production David Walgrave. Building a community, building a player base, building games that are actually fun is going to make you the most money. Great quote. I love it. I love it. They don't have shareholders. They also don't think about them or answer to anybody else but their internal business structure. That's it. They do have the replay of the awards. This is actually just the winning here of Larian. His words were a direct shot at Embracer Group CEO Lars Wingfors, who said during a recent earnings report that the company's overruling principle is to always maximize shareholder value in any given situation. Talked about this yesterday. It's actually disgusting. It's disgusting. This is disgusting. But look, CEO of Embracer here, Lars Wingfors, is only stating what most of us know about most of these companies like Embracer. Embracer's not the only company that operates this way. They're one of many. One of many, right? Baldur's Gate 3 has been crowned Game of the Year several times over, with its previous Game of the Year honor coming from Jeff Keighley's The Game Awards, which doesn't mean crap because nobody in the gaming community actually votes on these awards besides Jeff Keighley's cronies that he personally puts on a panel to decide who gets the awards. The Game Awards are crap. 2023 Game Awards boasted millions of viewers and is frequently one of the most watched gaming shows of the year. It doesn't mean anything anymore besides the fact that you get to see trailers. It is a corporate sham. But on one of the largest, most visible platforms in the industry, Larian Studio CEO Swin Vink didn't have the chance to say much before a teleprompter encouraged him to wrap it up. Yeah, it's terrible. On stage at the DICE event, his colleague's acceptance speech lasted for several minutes, allowing multiple members of the BG3 team to take the time to acknowledge the abysmal state of the industry while offering developers hope. Yo, that's awesome, dude. That's great. We'll probably watch this video just saying. Many people were let go at the start of this year, said Director of Publishing Michael Dowles. I want you all to know that you are talented and that you matter and that you are the future of this industry. DICE Awards, short for Design and Innovative, Communicate, Entertain, are put on by the Academy of Interactive Arts and Sciences. Basically, the video game industry's equivalent to the motion picture, television, and recording industry academies, making the event the video game version of the Oscars. The Oscars are kind of gross, though, for everything that I understand about them and how they run for the movie industry and everything. However, the DICE Awards don't get the same level of attention as their entertainment counterparts or even the Game Awards, lacking an equal level of production value and visibility. After all, it's an industry event attended by industry people for industry people. But it's the better show by far, because there's nowhere else that you'll hear a scathing joke about the Embracer Group's status as the premier villain of the video game industry, while one of its companies, Gearbox, is a corporate member of the Academy. Unity wasn't spared either, even though it was also an event sponsor. Yo, fantastic. I love it. Yo, yeah, we'll watch this. Let's listen to this real quick.
We don't have shareholders, but we also don't think about them. And we think there's an expression in Dutch.
That's a pretty nice dig right there at Embracer.
Lasts longest or something. There's probably a version in English as well that makes a lot of sense. But what we have tried in the last 20 years is to treat people like we would like to be treated ourselves as players, as
what
gamers.
A novel notion there. Treating people the right way. Holy crap.
Where we think this could make us the most money. On the long run, building a community, building a player base, building games that are actually fun is going to make you the most.
Oh, Jesus, dog.
We don't have shareholders, but we also don't think about them.
That's funny, dude. Oh, Syek, bro. We love you, dog. And then there's this. This is a dig at Unity.
The point is, it's all of you who help our industry shine with thought-provoking creativity.
That's why the best companies are the ones who ask questions.
Bro, she's going to have a Janet Jackson incident here with that dress.
What can we do to make every moment fun?
Larian asks, what can we do to help players carve their own path?
That dress is cool,
asks,
though.
What can we do to piss off as many people as possible? Just get them angry.
You know, yeah, they really did the best announcement topology speedrun.
They sure did.
Impressive.
And they sponsored this
dress
show,
is
so
spicy, dude.
Yeah.
I like that.
But we all know making games is hard, and I think we can all agree that there's no harder job in video games right now than being the social media manager for Suicide Squad.
Actually, I think it's actually glued on.
Shout out to them going through it at home right now.
Yeah,
okay, I see
well,
where
I mean,
we're
at least
right?
it goes up
There
over
are
the
two
shoulder on one
phrases.
side, so that's got to help it stay up. You know
everyone in video games never wants
but
to
that
hear.
other side,
and number
dude,
one is
it,
people online are
she's
mad,
pulling it up,
and
dude.
number two is the Embracer Group is here.
Oh, they don't like that, do they? Get wrecked, nerds.
It's fucking crazy.
With all that being said, let's hear it for the nominees tonight.
And of course, ladies and gentlemen,
No, I haven't.
please,
Sight. No.
let's hear it for our scholars. Our scholars will be out all night giving out these awards.
Dude, I can't wait to
Of course,
watch
you will be
Doom
out
2,
here.
though.
You will see
God dang
Dutton.
it.
You will see Selena. They are our trophy presenters, so give them a round of applause as well, please.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I was kind of worried about.
Yeah,
Cool.
they
I'll
really
take it.
are proof that our industry can grow and that new voices can be heard. That's why we honor them and
More
everyone
secure
here
than
tonight.
Janet Jackson's
Without
was?
you,
Yeah,
the world
probably
would be
so,
less
bro.
fun.
Without you, the world would be
It's just
way
the
less
first thing that came
interesting.
to mind.
And most importantly, without you, we wouldn't have jobs.
But really, we appreciate you. We appreciate the work you and all the people in our industry do to put into our favorite life form.
So, have a great time. Good luck to all the nominees, and enjoy this opening from our friends at Noodle House.
Bro, that was great. That was great, dude. Yeah, get wrecked. This is the kind of stuff that needs to happen. Yo, it would have been cool to watch the DICE Awards live. This is the kind of stuff that needs to happen. They need to be calling out these companies for doing the scummy crap they're doing, you know? That was awesome. Oh, yeah, it was totally rigged. Yeah, it was totally rigged. Yeah. It was quite obvious what was meant to happen there, you know? Beyond excoriating some of the companies responsible for 2023 being one of the worst years in recent memory for video game industry labor, DICE was also about celebrating industry legends. Mario and the Legend of Zelda composer Koji Kondo was inducted into the Academy's Hall of Fame with a tribute that paid homage to Kondo's iconic music and legendary career. Even if a developer wasn't receiving Hall of Fame honors, it was nice to see them have the time and space to be human, to remind us that the people who work on video games deserve acknowledgement as much as the games they make. Absolutely. The reason why the Game Awards take up so much attention is because it's a showcase of games, trailers, and movie stars. Nobody gives a crap. This is the thing. Okay, so let's talk about this real quick. Get the music popping again. So the weird thing, it's gotten really weird. The Game Awards has gotten weird. So the only reason that myself and I think a lot of people watch the Game Awards anymore is because it is an event for trailers, right? But the awards are rigged. The movie stars that they're throwing in there, literally most of them don't have anything to do with video games anyway. So what the crap is the point? They don't give anybody the opportunity to talk the way. Now, don't get me wrong. Judge, the dude that does the voice for God of War, bro, he was rambling in 2022. He was rambling, and he took a long time. Why can't Christopher Judge, is that his name? He was. It was cringy to watch. It was cringy to watch, because it was just a mess of him trying to figure out what to say, it felt like. And you know, I can understand where they don't want people to be going up there and just like taking an exorbitant amount of time, but these individuals also, if you're getting these awards, you deserve to be able to have an appropriate amount of time to say whatever you want to say, thank the people you want to thank, call out the things that deserve to be called out in the industry. You know what I mean? Absolutely. And the Game Awards are done with that. It's a sham, dude. It's a corporate. It's just muck, dude. It's gross. Jeff Keighley can get wrecked. The Game Awards can get wrecked. It's only good for trailers anymore. It's a giant ad. Exactly. The Game Awards are just a giant ad. And because it's an ad, beholden to sponsors during the rare moments when it does have a statement to make, it makes them as vague and inoffensive as possible. We watch the Oscars and the Grammys because over time our culture has come to hold the people making the movies and the music in the same esteem as the product. But game developers outside of Hideo Kojima don't yet and will likely never have that level of esteem, so we pay more attention to the product, not the people. The DICE Awards reminds us of the people. Dude, this was actually really, really dope. And good on the DICE Awards for doing what they need to do and calling out. Dude, they straight ripped on Embracer, and Embracer was right there in the audience too. That was phenomenal. Love it. Love it, dude. That was great. Let me see this. Amazon Prime Gaming's March 7 low is followed by another on March 14th. Sad days for many players for Amazon Prime Gaming coming. March 7th marks the end of Prime Gaming support for Destiny 2. Followed by League of Legends and Valorant on March 14th. Subscribers can expect to receive in-game items, free titles, and unique content, but should prepare for the end of support for these 3 games. That's what you need to know. Sorry, Ferret. Bandai Namco says it canceled at least 5 games in development. We talked about this already. Soup, you are choosing violence today. Always choosing violence. You're never going to be able to convince me that you're not choosing violence. Always with the violence. Cancel at least 5 games. We talked about this, but we didn't know what the 5 games were. No. All about that violence, dude. So we can. It looks like confirmed Little Nightmares 3 is not affected. That's it? That's all we got out of this? All right, we'll see if we can pull more out of the Bandai Namco situation moving forward. Skull and Bones looking really awesome. Really super quadruple A tier, production game. Obvious why it took 11 years to get this game out, $64 on Metacritic, 3 by users. Hate to say it, but I told everybody. So, this is the final article. What is this, dude? What is this? What is this, bro? Oh, God. Bro, Ricky is great, dude. Yo, this is like him doing the Golden Globes was phenomenal. He ripped on everybody, dude. He ripped on everybody, and it was fantastic. The Spooter, bro, thanks. Dude, Ricky at the Golden Globes was just chef's kiss, dude. It was so fantastic. It doesn't get any better than that, dude. It really doesn't. He ripped everybody apart, and it was so good. Go in my mouth. Oh, would fit for the Kratos, dude. Yeah, I can't really watch it right now because it would get, it would get cut out of the news segment and stuff. But you guys get a load of what Psych put in there. Yeah. I would have to cut it out for the news segment, uploading it to YouTube and everything, dude. There's no doubt about it. So I just can't. I can't do it. I don't want to take the time to have to edit all that crap out, dude, for uploading this stuff to YouTube. But dude, I will take a look at it here in a second. So, you know why, Soup? Because you support terrible AAA companies that exacerbates the issues we all have to deal with day in and day out in this industry, right? I support the innovative, amazing indie side of the industry that actually lays the foundation and is a huge component of giving us great pieces of content year in and year out. That's the difference. That's the difference. But you keep doing what you do, man. You keep supporting those terrible, gross, disgusting AAA companies that just ring you for all you got and give you subpar products. You know what I mean? And I'll do what I do. Square Enix? Square Enix still does decent content, but I've told you, dude. I've pointed it out. Square Enix is headed downhill, man. Yeah, Ferret. Yeah. Square Enix is headed downhill. A lot of their business practices, dude, are going to catch up with them here pretty quick. Calling it. So, look, man, I've said this before. Activision, EA, Blizzard, you name it. Any of those big companies, it's inevitable. It's inevitable that they're going to have some decent games from time to time. They're too flippin' big. WB, you know, they're going to release games that are decent from time to time. They're too big not to. Their umbrella is too huge. They have too many subsidiaries. It's inevitable. So, while, yeah, Ubi as well, they release decent content from time to time. But they've definitely taken on this. Thanks, Syke. Yeah, absolutely.
EA Studio. EA, sorry guys. It's so hard to say that without wanting to throw up.
You'll never be able to convince me that those kinds of companies have not taken on a strategy of quantity over quality, brother. There's absolutely no way. They're not concerned in large part with the quality of the games they're bringing to the table for us. It's about how fast can they bring something to the table because it's got a name they know that consumers will buy. Consumers like you, Soup. Yeah. So, I'm not saying that they don't have good games that come out from time to time. What I'm saying is that, you know, we have to be more concerned with, you know, being a bit more deliberate in the way that we are supporting certain companies, certain subsidiaries, and stuff like that, right? So, I've said for a while now that Square Enix still produces good content, but there's a lot of things about that company as a business that has shown that they're headed in the wrong direction, man. They are super focused on blockchain, Web3, NFT, crypto-based games, stuff like that, you know. That's not where you want to see a company that you've loved their content for a long time headed. I promise you. It's not. It's going to be bad. Final Fantasy 16, dude, I'm sorry, that wasn't a Final Fantasy game. That's already an indicator for me. Final Fantasy 16 was not. Yeah. Yeah, Soup did. Yeah. Soup did spend on pre-release like that, yeah. Yeah. It was Suicide Squad, bro. It was Suicide Squad. I'm just saying. Look, I'm you know, I want people to enjoy. Nuh-uh. Whoa. Look, man, I want every game to be good. It's not the reality we live in, though. It just isn't, dude. And the amount of money these companies want us to pay for, quite often, these bigger companies too, the ones that have forgotten what it means to make quality games in large part. It's inevitable that they've got too many subsidiaries. They've got too many companies working for them to not come out with a decent game here and there, right? But most of the time, they're subpar. Most of the time, they're mediocre. Quite often, they come out and they're unfinished, right? But they keep making money off of them because they've got huge licenses for big, you know, worlds that people love and stuff, and people keep buying into it. It's exacerbating an issue for us as a whole of gaming enthusiasts and consumers, right? It does. So, I mean, that's the thing that I'm trying to get across to people. I'm never going to be able to tell anybody what to do with their money, but it is important that people start taking a hard look at, you know, what that does to everybody as a collective for us as consumers in the gaming industry. We've already made ourselves a terrible bed to lie in, And if we don't change, it's only going to get worse. You know? That's the thing that I see. That's the thing that I've seen for a long time, and that's why I do what I do. Do I rant about it? Yeah, but it's because I'm passionate about it, and it's because I want to see this industry get better, not worse. So we don't have anybody to stand up for us. We don't have any kind of regulatory committee or agency to stand up and say, you guys did the consumers dirty. You released a piece of crap. You baited people into buying an unfinished game. You baited people into buying content that you promised that wasn't part of that stuff. There's nothing there to do that for us. We are the only ones that can do it. And if people keep buying into these games that are quite obviously not going to fulfill the promises that they're making with their marketing ploys and schemes, it just exacerbates the issue, man. It just makes it worse, which is why I do what I do. I don't know how much of, if it'll ever make a difference, but it's got to start somewhere, man. Got to start somewhere. And I know I'm not the only one. I know I'm not the only person that feels this way, right? So we joke about stuff a lot, but it is an important thing to me because we've been getting railroaded for a long time. Seriously. And the more we continue to just spend money on crap products and support these crap companies, the more it's going to happen. It won't get better. It'll get worse. So the last thing I have to talk about is so I'll put this with the other Nightingale articles, is like the Nightingale, which we'll start playing on Tuesday, right? The last thing is The Last of Us? What do you mean? Bro, what are you trying to bait me into now? You got me riled. You did it. You did it, Soup. So Nightingale release date, time, platforms, price, trailers, more. This game is supposed to be releasing at a $30 price point. We looked this up the other day. On Steam and Epic Games Store, it is supposed to be a $30 price point. We did watch the trailer earlier, but it's also supposed to be releasing at... There's your GMT. There's your GMT, Soup. 8 a.m. Eastern, which would be 7 o'clock CST, CDT, my time, and 5 a.m. Pacific. So this will be like an hour into our news segment on Tuesday. Okay? So an hour into our news segment on Tuesday, this game will release, and I'll just start downloading it right away. That's a lie. There are so many people that use CDT, CST, because literally there are a ton of people that live in that time zone. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? There are so many people that live in that time zone. When you say nobody uses it, what are you talking about? I live in that time zone. There are millions of people that live in that time in that time zone, dude. You're crazy, bro. So, on Tuesday at like 7 in the morning, I'll go ahead and start downloading this. So hopefully by the time, I don't know how big the game's going to be, but by the time we finish the news segment, hopefully it'll be done and we'll just be able to just roll straight into it. There you go. There you go. Look. Stike uses CEST. I got you. I got you, dog. No worries. Yeah. So, again, I think if I'll pull this down here and put it with the Nightingale stuff. But if anybody's interested, I am really excited about this game, dude. It's an indie developer. It's a $30. See the Dragon's Dogma 2 demo. No, I don't need to play that demo. No, I don't need to play that demo. I'll be playing that game on release no matter what. I appreciate it, though. I appreciate it. So I'll be playing that game on release, no matter what. So for me, playing the demo is, I'm glad demos. So I'll say this, and I've said this before. Again, I'll link this real quick. I already put that in there. If anybody wants to play Nightingale, it is going to be $30. I'll be playing it on Steam. We need to look into whether it's got cross-platform. The availability only on PC at launch also eliminates cross-play and cross-progression support between different platforms, which can be a bummer for many. Okay. I'll be playing on Steam, just so everybody knows, and it'll be a $30 price tag, early access, releasing on Tuesday. This is what we're playing coming up, okay? So just know that. The link's there in chat. Demos are great, man. Demos, demos went away for a long time, and I think demos have become a more prominent thing again because people want to see what they're potentially in for before they play a game, which I think is fantastic. It's a great approach for, and it's not always going to be indicative of what you can experience. You're going to experience in a game, but a demo is better than nothing, right? But the demo for me of Dragon's Dogma, I don't need to play that. I don't need to play that. I'm not concerned about Dragon's Dogma 2. I'm very confident the game will be good. I think Capcom is very good at releasing well-performing games, finished games, fairly polished games, and I think that their Dragon's Dogma 1's content was phenomenal. I think this is just going to be an evolution of the same kind of content from everything that I've taken a dive into, so I'm not real worried about it. I think it's going to be good, and I'm pretty confident in what Dragon's Dogma 2 will be. So therefore, I don't really feel a need to dive into the demo when I'm just going to be playing the full game anyways, But I do appreciate you letting me know, buddy. Yeah. That's the news, my dudes and dudesettes. Thank you, as always, for contributing, being here and being a part of it, listening to me rant, because, I think that's what everybody's really here for, right? Listening to me throw a fit about the video gaming industry, right? That's what everybody's here for, let's be honest. So...
Hey, shut your pie hole, buddy!
Thank you, my dude. Here in just a moment, I'll get all these articles put into our Discord server, into the Video Gaming News channel. So if anybody needs to go back and take a look at any of these articles, they'll be there for you. But we're going to move on and play some Stardew Valley for the rest of the day. If anybody is hanging out, watching this currently, maybe even as a VOD later on, you're not familiar with what we do. We always start off 6 days a week. We stream live, starting at 6 o'clock a.m. CST CDT with video gaming news. We always try to stay current with what's happening in the industry, promote a healthier industry for us as consumers, video gaming enthusiasts. Stay up to date with just what's going on as a whole, whether it be acquisitions, layoffs, studios that are going under, game releases, games that are getting canceled or delayed. I mean, you name it. We just try to stay on top of it. Promote the healthier, the better companies that are doing us right as consumers and enthusiasts. You? My wife just brought me a coffee. Sorry. And try to maybe point out the companies that we should be a bit more worried about in the industry as well. So after that, as we're about to do, we move on and play games for the rest of the day, man. So we're going to go play day 3 of Stardew Valley with flipping soup, dude. We're going to go play Stardew Valley with True, Tinwin, and maybe some Ferret later. Ferret is a bit busy today, but we'll see what we get into. And it'll be more Stardew tomorrow after the news, and then it'll be Nightingale starting on Tuesday after the news. So really excited for that. So We got an amazing community of people here. Everybody that's part of what we do. You guys are amazing. You know how I feel, man. All of my friends that are here and part of what we do all the time, helping to create this amazing space for us to be a part of on the constant. It's an incredible thing. I can't, prompt people enough to come check out what we do, be a part of what we are, and it's just about spreading good vibes. Enjoying the world of video games obviously is what brings us together, but trying to create a community here that's always evolving and growing into something that is welcoming and trying to be something substantial as far as creating real relationships around supporting one another and just being civil and accepting of who we are as human beings and our differences and being void of toxicity and negativity and things like that. It's an incredible thing, and I can't thank everybody that's already a part of what we do on the constant enough. You guys are truly amazing, and I appreciate it so much. And anybody else out there that's seeing this now, or maybe even as a VOD later on, if this sounds like your kind of place, please come check us out and become a part of what we do, because we're always looking for more good people to spread the good vibes, man. So other than that, stay healthy, stay safe, be kind to one another, have a happy rest of your weekend, whatever you have left. And I'm going to run us an outro real quick, but as soon as it's done, I'll be right back up here and we'll start getting ready to play Stardew Valley Day 3. All right? You guys rock. I'll be right back.